What's happening, man? It's your boy Prophet DMC back again with another episode of Books and Beats. This episode is a special episode. We want to pay tribute to homecoming. It's homecoming season, and for those, especially those that went to a HBCU, you know it's something different when it's homecoming time. It's something different, it's something in the air, and it's a time to be had, and it's something that is unforgettable, and it always feels like home. So I am a proud graduate of Elizabeth City State University, home of Viking Pride 3 times, and also a member of the band Sound of Class. And today, since we're going to be paying tribute to HBCUs, HBCU culture, and homecoming culture, what better book to feature than a book called Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. This book is one of the most well-written books in the form of storytelling and interweaving different characters and time periods, and kind of like jumping in between time periods and still feeling like you're in the present. This book, I believe I read this book last year, and I had it on my queue for a long time, but I kind of was just going through other books, and someone referred it finally, and I was like, oh yeah, I got that book. And I was like, okay, now that I've got that rec, I'm gonna really just go in. And once I started it, I couldn't put it down. And as an artist, I feel like it's important, especially as a lyricist, diving into things that kind of give you that storytelling perspective outside of music. And I feel like this book is one of the best examples of that. So I want to jump right into it. This story is kind of like a linearly told story from slavery through the revolution, the jazz age, and early to late 19th century. Telling a story about two half-sisters who kind of led different paths through slavery. And I'm gonna jump right into it. Page 49. Last paragraph, it starts, they took them out into the light. The scent of the ocean water hit her nose. The taste of salt clung to her throat. The soldiers marched them down to an open door that led to sand and water, and they all began to walk out into it. Before Essie left, the one called Governor looked at her and smiled. It was a kind smile, pitying, yet true. But for the rest of her life, Essie would see a smile on a white face and remember the one the soldier gave her before taking her to his quarters. How white men smiling just meant more evil was coming with the next wave. And I kind of dictated that because it was just powerful. It really gave light to a lot of things that are still prevalent in this day and age for Black people. And there's a little cynicism and satire with it too, smile of a white person, white man specifically, from slavery through every period of America. And similar to the movie School Days, how these things come up, and the predicaments that we find ourselves in at times, and when we have our encounters with indirect racism and things of that nature. I want to jump into another passage that I put down. This is on page 91. Quay shrugged his shoulders. The year James was born, they told everyone in the castle that the slave trade was abolished and that we could not sell our slaves to America anymore. But that did not stop the tribes from selling. Did that make the British leave? Don't you see this war the Asantes and the British are fighting now and will continue to fight for far longer than you or I or even James can live to see? There's more at stake here than just slavery, my brother. It's a question of who will own the land, the people, the power. You cannot stick a knife in a goat and then say, now I will remove the knife slowly. So let things be easy and clean. Let there be no mess. There will always be blood. James had heard this speech or something like it many times before. The British were no longer selling slaves to America, but slavery had not ended. His father did not seem to think that it would end. So yeah, bringing that back to the album, chapter 1, The Pillage. You know, a surefire thing that happens from pillaging is, you know, the aftermath, you know, the taking of prisoners of war, women and children, things of that nature. And these are things that was very prevalent in our history. And how I feel like this book ties into what we did musically is just the art of storytelling, the cohesion between each chapter and each character. And I feel like our songs kind of take on its own form within its own right of a character and a period and a feeling and an emotion. And yeah, this book, if you're looking for a page turner, you're looking for something to inspire you, something to provoke deep thought, something to just really grab hold of you and take you on a ride. Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi is it. So I want to jump back into the spirit of homecoming. My homecoming will be coming up November 8th in North Carolina, Elizabeth City State University, Elizabeth City, North Carolina to be exact. And as you see, we got some paraphernalia here for y'all to check out. You know, Viking Pride. And yeah, thank you for coming to another episode of Books and Beats. It's your boy Prophet. Solo mob, the black mafia, no soprano. My therapist is